And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the final series of the night of CommJumity League Group Stage Day number 1. We just wrapped up with Group A, and we are near the tail end of Group B. Battle B was the first to advance on in the group, and now it comes down to these final 2 players. There's only enough room for one of these 2 to advance on to the playoffs. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Crimson Court, we have our Blue Protoss. Representing Team Twisted Minds, it is Shameless. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player from the land of Belarus. Representing the Platinum Heroes, it is Nikich. And if you're in the chat, I got you, Bobby, I got you. At least if you're in the Twitch chat, predictions. Get your gambler going because predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you believe will make it into the playoffs. Will it be our Zerg player? Will it be our Protoss? Up to you to make that choice yourself, to put your points on the line. Get your gamba going, Papi. Get your gamba going. Best of luck. Best of luck. As for now, Hatch Gas Pool, standard opener here out of Nikich. Now, if you're maybe a little bit unfamiliar with these players, both Nikich and Shameless are, especially Nikich is quite aggressive. Nikich is a very aggressive Zerg player. We've seen a lot of Ling Bane aggression, Roach aggression, all-ins. Nikich is very in-your-face and very chaotic. We saw a little bit of that against Battle B in his series, especially in Game 1. Here against Shameless, I'm sure we're going to be seeing some more of his chaotic nature, at least against Protoss. Meanwhile, Shameless across the map is an up-and-comer. He has been making a name for himself and proving himself well. I mean, hey, he 2-0'd Rebellion. Rebellion, of course, being the Korean Protoss player. So already a big result for Shameless. But can he bring down Nikich? I do think both these players are comparable in skill. I would love to see an ace match, but not up to me. Up to our players. We're here to find out. For now, Gate Expand, standard opener from both our Zerg and our Protoss, standard openers all around. We are pulling out a gas, so we're not prioritizing gas income. We're not going for a fast Evo chamber or a fast Bailey nest. It is just going to be link speed into droning. Everything looking as it should. Everything looking as it should. Likewise, Pro being forced back. It's going to be interesting. A Twilight Council opener here out of Shameless. Okay. You have my attention. You have my attention. This is going to be the Twilight Council. We'll see if we embrace Glaive Adepts or if we go for DTs instead. If we go for the Dark Templar, we'll keep an eye on Shameless. Outside of that, still a little bit too early to get a read on this. We have not pulled out a gas, so I'm imagining this is going to be a DT opener. I imagine. Otherwise, we would have seen the pros pull out a gas by now. Likewise, across the map, the Adept is going to be threatening a Shade. But alas, will not commit. Twilight Council is done. We have not pulled out a gas. So again, we should soon be seeing a Dark Shrine alongside the Robo. So we have our 2 gates set up here on the low ground. Yep, there it is. There's the Dark Shrine. For those that are curious, if you want to read a Glaive Adept opener, we only have 2 and 2, like 2 gases mining from both gas geysers would be Glaive Adepts, but here we stayed in gas, so going to be a little bit more gas heavy. Meanwhile, that is a fast Bailey nest. Nikich, hello. A very fast Bailey nest here out of Nikich, so it looks like Ling Bane aggression coming out from our Zerg player. Meanwhile, the Overlord coming in for a scout. We have yet to really confirm what's going on, but the Overlord should be able to get eyes on the tech of choice, should get eyes on the Dark Shrine. As the Overlord does float on in. Back at home, we're amassing a lot of links. A lot of links are on the way. That'd be a little bit more ideal against Adepts, not so much against DTs. As there we go, the Overlord gets a full scout, confirms nothing being researched, confirms the Dark Shrine, Prism moves out, and we need detection back at home. Bailing's on the way. Aye. Yeah, we have a Spore in the natural, Spore in the main. Sorry, Spore in the natural, Spore in the third. The main base is a little bit more exposed. And where is the Prism headed? Now, as Shameless moves out, we're going for an expand. We're going for the third. DT's one lit. Ooh. Oh my god, nice connection out of Nick. Papi. The manual detonation. 4 Bailings are enough. 2 DTs go down, and just like that, Nikich, the smooth moves, he just shuts down the opener. Shuts down the DTs, goes across the map, can threaten the third base. Lings have arrived. Yeah, we're going straight for the Nexus, straight for the cancel. And there's no saving it. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. The base is denied. We cancel the third. We shut down the pylon. We contain Shameless to 2 bases. And we're in trouble. Meanwhile, across the map, no Archons whatsoever. Not yet. Lings are trying to break in. Oh, that's a kill. That's a kill on the Adept. Roach Warren's on the way there as well. And Nikich so far is in control of this game. Queens, they do focus down the Prism. They at least try to. ZTs are dropped in. No Spore in the main. Uh-oh. That's a big oversight here at Nikich. Initially, the defense was good, but no Spore Crawler in the main base. DT is going for the Queens. But the Spore does borrow in time. Oh my god. Very close. Shameless, re-expanding. Retaking the third. Again, the Lings were forced back home because of the DT harass, which means we can now expand. As I say that, Nikich, he's cut workers at 50 drones, and we are making a wave of roaches. That's a lot of roaches on the way. The goal here should be to shut down this third base, and we have the lair. What does that mean? Detection. We have an Overseer here with the main army, or soon to move out with the army. We'll be able to defend against an Dark Templar. Roaches soon to arrive. Lings, they collapse on the Adepts. First Adept goes down. Roach is pushing in. They catch the second Adepts. They're going for the Stalker. Shield Battery not quite done yet. And we're just zoning the army away from the Shield Battery. Ay, ay, ay. The Prism forced to recall back home. We do have Archons. We can try to hold. And so far, good juggling. We preserve the Archons. And the Roaches, they have to be pulled back. With the help of the War Prism, we can defend. Shield Battery does finish, and Shameless holds. Ooh. That big volley in the Roaches. Shameless does hold on. Nikich has to retreat. And we have a game. Okay, we have a game, and I would give the edge to Shameless. Again, Nikich committed quite hard, and because of that, Nikich's drone count is quite low. We're actually down in workers. We're just now taking a 4th base. It just started. Shameless has momentum. Momentum is on the side of the Protoss. Settling into additional Stalkers. Moving out. Pushing towards the center base. Nikich does dive in, does catch a handful of Stalkers. Blink is not done. Uh-oh. Without Blink, these are expensive losses. Very expensive losses. At the same time, Archon drop here across the map towards the mineral line. 2 probes go down. We're going for the base. And we have the overcharge. The overcharge will top up the Nexus. But the Roach Ravager has arrived, zoning the ground army away. Again, without Blink, we lost so many Stalkers. And we're going to lose even more. So chasing down the army. We try to reinforce. Lings are flooding across the map. And Nikich, he's going for the kill. GG gets called. It's just too much. And Nikich, he will take game number 1. GG, a very chaotic game there. Again, Nikich, he never drone up past 55. Stayed on a very low worker count. 54 at most, I believe. Just initially with Ling Bane aggression into the Roach push, into a Roach Ravager timing. And this is, yeah, the player that we know and love. Nikich just always in your face, just non-stop aggression, never allowing you to breathe. Game 1 was very Nikich, but we'll see if we can stabilize and calm down in game number 2. It was also a much more aggressive start from Shameless. Getting into a DT opener. It was very impressive to see Nikich just shut down the initial DTs with the Banelings. It was wild. Very smooth. But again, I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping that we can bounce back. The pressure is now on, and Shameless is up against the wall. Can we force that ace match? It all comes down to this. It all comes down to Site Delta. It does come down to Site Delta. Here we go. You can hear the beeps are loading on in, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Site Delta, we have our Red Protoss player representing Twisted Minds. It is Shameless. A Currently down in the series, hoping to bounce back, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the blue Zerg player currently leading the series 1-0. Looking to take the entire series, looking to advance on into the playoffs. Representing the Platinum Heroes, it is Nikich. Here we go. Shameless moving up the probe scout. Nikich going for a hatch first. Nothing too wild here. Nothing too crazy early on. Bearing in mind that in game 1, Nikich should go for a standard opener, which led into a fast Baneling nest, into Ling Bane aggression. And we'll see what we have in store here in the second game. We shall see. So for now, we are going to settle in. Are going to be settling and just confirming that there are no early gases or early spawning pools. Shameless being safe, being as annoying as possible as well in the mineral line. Back at home, just gate expand, standard opener here from our Protoss player. Really, we're just keeping our eyes on our tech of choice. Again, we're loading into Side Delta. Side Delta is much more defendable on 2 bases thanks to the ramp coming into the natural. So 2-base aggression is not really seen too often on this map. Likewise, we'll see if Shameless does embrace once again a DT opener. We could be seeing a Stargate, could be seeing Glaive Adepts. Shameless also showing us that he's willing to do almost anything. Willing to be aggressive at least. Play a little bit more outside the norm. So we are going for our initial warp gate. We'll see if we cancel. Oh, we do. We cancel warp gates, which means a Stargate opener. And I'm sure Nikich did confirm. I'm sure he notices as well that, hold up, you did deny your upgrade, so we do have the Stargate opener instead. Going to be going into Oracles or Void Rays or even Phoenixes. We have options. Shameless does have options, but so far going for a much more standard opener this time. With a Stargate, we can get into Oracles, we can expand, take a third base, get into a longer game. Also harass across the map. A lot of potential here for our Protoss player. Meanwhile, Nikich has just been droning. Has been droning up, has not pulled back into gas. Very important here that Shameless does confirm that. No additional gas income. As Nikich does maintain. We have our unit of choice. It's going to be the Oracle opener. So it looks like Oracle into a second Oracle, into a third base. Triple Oracle into our third. It does look like a much more standard build so far out of Shameless. But what we expect to be seeing here in this matchup. Oh, the juice box. Oh, the layered juice box. Let's go. Remember, everyone, to hydrate your hydras. Drink plenty of water. Not only juice. Make sure you drink some agüita. As the Nexus is on the way. Likewise, Oracle staying back at home. Lings do threaten the Nexus, but they really can't do much here. Will rotate back off, and that is a fast Twilight Council. Interesting. Very fast Twilight Council. This does scream Glaive Adepts. Could be one of two things. Could be Glaive Adepts, or it could even be fast Blink to work towards a faster Blink Stalker timing to get into a 3-base all-in. But I'm leaning more towards Glaives. Yeah, we have a Gateway Explosion. It's going to be a 4-gate setup here for Shameless. Twilight Council's done. Lings, they do continue to harass. They do continue to apply pressure. And they're keeping the Oracles busy. Meanwhile, that is a Baneling nest on the way. We spoke about Glaives. There it is. Glaive Adepts here from Shameless. Now, the goal with Glaive Adepts in this timing, as one Adept goes down, is to catch the Zerg player droning. If the Zerg player is droning, and if Nikich skips the Roach Warren, then Nikich is going to be in some trouble. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Now, thankfully, he has a Baneling nest. That is an alternate way to deal with Glaive Adepts, but it's risky. The Banelings have to keep up. They have to connect. They have to keep up with the Shades. Not an easy defense here for Nikich. As he is massing Lings. Cutting workers earlier on. Investing quite heavily. The Baneling Nest is going to be crucial in the defense if we can even defend. If we can even connect. As Adepts are massing. Adepts are massing up back at home. And I want to say there is a little potential here for Shameless. Banelings are on the way. That will help. But there's no guarantee that they'll connect. As Adepts move out across the map, Oracles, they hit the mineral line. 4 drones go down. And Adepts have arrived. We can see Links coming in for a surround. The Banelings, not bad. They get some decent connections here on the Adepts. And the Lings, they clean up whatever's left. Adepts, they shade into the natural, but there's only 2 Adepts left. Only 2 Adepts remaining. And now this defense turns into an offense. Nikich is going for a massive counterattack. And what do we have at home to defend? We have Adepts. We have soon to be a shield battery, an overcharge. Time is working against Nikich. Banelings are on the way. We'll test the waters. Does confirm the Adepts. And Shameless does not get eyes on the Banelings. Nikich is going to commit. And even with the shield battery, Banelings, I don't care about your shield batteries. They're waddling in. They do waddle in, and oh, they connect. They shut down the Adepts. Only 1 Adept left. We go for the surround. Shield battery goes down. And now we get into the mineral line. How many probes can we kill? With the help of the Oracles, none. Yeah, the Oracles, they activate their pulsar beams. They defend. And there was a lot of potential, but it looks like we barely do hold. And Shameless maintains a worker lead. We're not done, though. We're doubling down. Nikich, we have a massive wave of Lings on the horizon. Banelings have morphed in. We don't want to be too soon, though. We don't want to be premature. Oh, as the Banelings take a lot of hits. Spire on the way for Nikich. Yeah, one Baneling is harder, second Baneling as well. We get some connections, but yeah, a little bit lackluster. Shameless will hold. Nikich is forced back. He gets 4 probe kills, but Shameless is getting a 4th base. Maintains the economic advantage. And Nikich, he's in a bit of trouble. We've committed quite hard to Ling Bane aggression, and we needed more damage. We needed to get more done. Lings, they hit the natural, and they get a Stalker. Not even. The Stalker survives. Storm is on the way, getting ready for High Templar, Archon, Storm. Charge as well. Shameless is building up. Now, this Spire play can help us bounce back. The thing about mutas, of course, in this matchup, in almost every matchup, if they go unscouted, they can wreak havoc. They can pull apart the defending player. A Protoss player here could be in a lot of trouble. Lings are keeping the ground army busy. Revelations on the Lings. And there's no side defense. The main, the natural. The 3rd base is looking a little bit more secure, thanks to the cannon and the shield battery. But the main and the natural are quite exposed. Quite exposed. And we have 12 mutas on the way. That is more than enough to one-shot workers. Plus 1 air attack as well. That tells us that we want to double down and commit into mass muta. We're not going muta into Roach or muta into Hydra. No. We're committing. Meanwhile, Banelings are on the way. So Banelings towards the 3rd, Lings towards the 4th, and mutas towards the natural. We do have a tri-pronged attack. Banelings are waddling in. Can we get the High Templar? The High Templar, no! No, we connect. We do connect. 4 High Templar go down at the same time. Mutas, they do hit the natural. We're somewhat in position, but probes are falling. We get 19 probe kills. Lings caught in the stasis. Mutas in the main. So far, not bad. But we're still hoping for more. Ooh, Storm does connect. Lead off a muta. But they do hit the 4th. Getting 24 probe kills. More Lings are amassing. And if we can bait out the army, then the Lings, they can come in to reinforce and shut down the Stalkers. Nikich, he does dive in, but he's on his own. Oof, we did have too many Lings. Sorry, too many mutas. The stasis did catch the Lings. Nikich, he rotates around. Hits the 3rd. Goes for the cannon. Goes for the shield battery. Shield battery does fall. Overcharge gets spent. Phoenixes are on the way, but we do catch the Phoenix. Mutas wreaking havoc on the low ground. Do we have any storms? We do not. Yeah, no storms available. We force in the Archon. Shameless is holding, though. And we lost all of our Lings, and we've lost a lot of mutas in the process. How many? 13 mutas have gone down. More than we currently have. Okay, the damage hasn't been too bad here, but Nikich... Okay, we've droned up. 92 drones. Oh my, that's a lot of drones. That's a lot of workers. Nikich has been heavily droning, and soon that's going to be reflected in the army. Massing up Lings, Hive is done, Ultra's on the way. I would love to see Adrenal as well for the Lings. Ooh, as the mutas do overextend. Mutas overextends, and the counterattack catches 5 drones. Keeping the drone cannon in check. Down to 86. Still a solid economy here for Nikich. Ooh. Storms are baited out. Ultra's on the horizon. There's Adrenal on the way. We do have an Evo Chamber. There we go. +3 attack. Jesus, these Lings are going to hit like... They're going to be insane. They're going to be the most robust Lings, but strong nonetheless. Kind of splaiting on the horizon. Observer does spot the army. Shameless does respond. And at this point, Nikich doesn't have to engage. He's waiting for his final form, the Ultra. Meanwhile, speaking of final form, that is a Fleet Beacon. Okay, Fleet Beacon, just the one Stargate for now. This could be Shameless thinking about Phoenix Range. Could be thinking about Anion Pulse Crystals, which is not what we need to be thinking of, as we're soon going to be done with mutas and focusing on Ultra instead. Zelarambaye comes in once again, catching 5 more drones. Ultras are revealed, and we're already massing Immortals. Immortals are already on the way. How many do we have? Just 2 for now. But Immortals are going to be ideal against this army. Immortal Archon Storm against Ling Ultra. Can go favorably here for the Protoss. Meanwhile, the Zerg getting into Infestors. Yep, there's Anion Pulse Crystals. That was the purpose of the Fleet Beacon. Do see Nikich amassing his army. Still amassing more Ultras, but again, like, Shameless is aware. He's aware of what he's up against. He's aware of what Nikich is doing. I'm liking the Hydra Den on the way to get ready for potentially Lurkers. You just dive in. Oh god! Oh no, a brutal trade. 9 Immutas for 2 Phoenixes! Oh, that was not it, Pappy. That was not it. Oh my god, as we essentially just throw away the mutas. Getting into more Lings, a Lurker Den's on the way. Lings gonna be collapsing forward, but this is not the ideal trade. The Storms are too good. And the Lings, they crumble. And you can see we're getting out of Lings into Hydras. I think I favor Shameless now. Both players are maxed out, and Shameless, he has a superior army. Bearing in mind that there are no carapace upgrades and no range upgrades, so these Hydras are 0-0. And the Lurkers will be 0-0 as well. Which is a bit of a concern. Love to see like a second Evo chamber and work towards upgrades. But that is not the case for the time being. Greater Spire on the way. We're getting everything, actually. We're just taking up into Lurker, Greater Spire, Ultra. Throwing down all the tech. But what do we actually have? We have some Lurkers. We have a backbone to the army. Lings, they cancel the 5th. Mutas are thrown away. Now against this army, Hydra Lurker Viper can be ideal. Alas, no spellcasters, no Viper tech, which is concerning. We could try and surround, definitely. We could try and surround this army and just engulf it, and yeah, we're going to be committing. Lurkers do burrow. Lurker range done in 10 seconds. Uh-oh, no detection. No detection from the Protoss. Slow zones are thrown down. Army being forced back. The Infestor not quite able to get any damage done. But the Lurkers are putting in a lot of work in the back line. Detection has arrived. And you can see Shameless just break through the entire Zerg army. He had the superior force. Again, without spell caches, without the proper upgrades, the Lurkers, they do nothing. And the Immortal army is breaking through. And we could be looking to force the ace match. Like Nikich, what does he have left? He has Lings, he has some Ultras. But we have plenty of Immortals. Like the Ultras, they do nothing. Not against this many Immortals. And we have Storms. Oh, a little bit trigger happy with the Storms. But we still have plenty of Storms available. We're pushing in. And Nikich, he's in trouble. The death blow of an army has arrived. And we focus down on what little is left. Storm on the Lings. No detection. Oh. No observer. So the Lurkers are getting some free damage dealt. At least a little bit. They're getting damage done. The main army pushing in. The observer has arrived. Yeah, we have the observer. We clean up all the Lurkers. And Shameless, he's snowballing out of control. He's breaking through. Despite being contained to 4 bases for so long, he was able to build up an ideal army. And Nikich, he was kind of like stuck trying to figure out what he wanted, where he wanted to go. Was working towards Lurkers, but again, they were 0-0 Lurkers, so they weren't ideal. Likewise, no support for the Lurkers either, no Vipers. And we're going in for the kill. GG gets called. Shameless ties up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. GG. Ooh. Let's go. We're going all the way to game 3. Again, Nikich had map control, sure, and he had an economy, but he just wasn't able to really make use of it well. His army was lacking as a result. He had Lingbane Ultra against Storm, Archon, Immortal. So Shameless, he was able to just completely shut down the main army. And sure, we had Lurkers on the way, but again, no upgrades, or the upgrades weren't ideal. They got shut down by the Immortal as well. And with that, we're going all the way to game 3. All the way to game number 3 here. It all ends here. It all ends on Ghost River. Here we go. It is almost 6 a.m. at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Let's go. Almost 6:30. All the way, Bobby. All the way. Here we go. Again, one more player can make it through into the playoffs. It's going to be Nikich, it's going to be Shameless. Could go either way, but it comes down to Ghost River. One of the smallest maps in the map pool. Very short rush distance by ground. Very aggressive map here. I expect chaos. I expect nonsense. I'm looking forward to it. Gib, Pappy Gib. I'm looking forward to breakfast after this. I don't know what to get. Could have some cereal. But I have maple syrup. I could try to make pancakes. I could try it. Regardless. Let's not think about food. Not right now. No, it's too soon for that, Pappy. As we're getting into the ace match and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ghost River, we have our blue Protoss player representing Twisted Minds, forcing the ace match, bringing it back, and he has momentum on his side. Can he take the series? It is Shameless. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player from the land of Belarus, representing the Platinum Heroes, being forced into the ace match. Can he bounce back? It is Nikich. Oh, I see the D-gens in the chat. Let's go. True, Bobby, true. Badge, no badge, no badge. Now, thankfully, I don't have a cast tomorrow, or today. I mean, I guess I did have a cast today. But tomorrow in the land of Europa, I don't have a cast, I believe. But we have MSO. We have Master Swan open. So there's still going to be an event. There's still going to be coverage on the CranKy Ducklings, but not by myself. I'm going to be the admin, and Kuro. Kuro's going to be casting alongside Yaku of the Zaku. So they got you covered, which means I can rest. I'm still going to be working. I'm still going to be adminning, but I won't be casting. I'll be casting tomorrow. which is going to be WTL. And Sparkling Tuna Cup as well. Yeah, back to back. Back-to-back coverage. Until then, we're settling in. Are going to be settling in. It's going to be a gate expand. Standard opener here out of Shameless. Meanwhile, Nikich across the map going for a hatch gas pool. So far, everything looking as it should. Yakura casting aqua. Yeah, Yakura. Okurzako. But they should be casting tomorrow. I say should be because Yaku's going to be playing. Yaku's going to be playing in MSO. And when and if he gets knocked out of the tournament, that's when he'll jump on the casting couch. He'll jump on. Until then, to see Nikich investing into a wave of lings quite early on. We usually don't make this many this early, so we'll see what we can get done. Meanwhile, behind this, going to be a Stargate opener. So standard opener out of Shameless once again, 2 games in a row. Meanwhile, Nikich is making another wave of lings. Oh my. Nikich, he's hiding the lings as well. Does move out towards the south. Adept has arrived. And Nikich just keeping these lings that much more hidden, skirting around the edge of the map. The wall is open. And Nikich, his goal is to bust into the natural and shut down that pylon. Or get into the mineral line. What do we go for? As the lings, they have arrived, Adept does pop out, but the wall is open. The wall is open, and we do manage to get on onto the other side. Boys are being pulled. The Adept is going to be shut down. But the boys have arrived, and the Adept barely survives. We're holding. Oh my god, we do hold on. Adept goes down, but there's only 3 lings. Only 3 lings, and with good enough control. Bleed out 1 probe. But so far, so good. For the most part, we have held. Nikich making another wave of 12 lings. That's a lot of lings. That's a lot of not droning. The wall. We do wall up just in time. The second Adept has arrived, and this is not worth it. This has not been worth it for Nikich. The lings, they do nothing. And Shameless, he's happily droning. He's happily probing. He's probing up. Oracle has arrived. And the wall is looking solid. The third base is ambitious. Oh, who is it? Who is it? What? No, Shameless. One of the players. Oh my god. Okay, I think we're okay. I think we're good. Okay, apparently we are. If there's ever any issues, then there we go. We can pause.
Game paused.
Looks like there's some connectivity issues here. You know, maybe some background downloads, maybe someone else has joined the server, or maybe just instability in general. So it's all good. We're more than happy to pause and allow things to clear up. Oh, all good. But overall, Shameless is in a good position. We invested so heavily into these lings, bearing in mind all these lings could have been drones. They could have all been workers, and we would be just in a better position from the side of Nikich. But Shameless, he's defended very nicely. Shameless, he is up almost 10 workers, is denied a third. That's the one upside for Nikich, is that he can deny the third base and contain Shameless to do bases a little bit longer. But once the Oracles arrive, the Oracles should be able to ferry the probe over and secure a third base. So the delay shouldn't last too much longer. As Nikich is hoping for more damage. He's still being very active with the lings and is joining up back at home. So we'll see, Pappy, we'll see. Probably a leg cramp, maybe. It's it's been a long day of StarCraft. A long day. Remember to stretch. Remember to, if you're playing StarCraft yourself, you know, stretch your wrists, your fingers. Posture check in the chat. No slouching. No slouching, Pappy. Look after yourselves. Drink some water. Hydrate. As we settle in. Again, the final game of the broadcast. We're almost there. We're almost at the 9-hour mark. Casito, Papi, casito. Almost there. But I hope you've all been enjoying yourselves. As a reminder, this event is a 3-day event. Today is day 1, covering the group stage. Tomorrow is day number 2, covering group C and D. We can go over the bracket and go over the groups after the series. But tomorrow is group C and D, and the day after that is the playoff bracket. So 3 days of StarCraft. 3 days of the CommJumity League group stage, or an event in general. We are only casting day 1. We here on the CranKy Ducklings, we are only covering day 1. Day 2, I believe, is being covered by Rotterdam. Currently, Rotterdam is busy with the I almost said the ballistic brawl. The big brain bouts. That's it. Currently is busy with BBB. Which is why we are stepping in to cast day 1, but he should be covering day 2 and should be covering day 3 as well. Just as a heads up.
Game resumed.
As it looks like we are ready, and the game is resumed. Jumping back in. Is jumping back in. Lings, they do get us around. Nice catch. One adept does fall. The oracles are kept back at home, but again, we should be able to, with the help of these oracles and adepts, eventually expand. Meanwhile, that is a fast Roach Warren for Nikich. That is a sub 4-minute 30 Roach Warren. That was like at 4 minutes. Jesus, that's very early on. Now, with this Roach Warren this early on, it should be an all-in. We're amassing Lings, we're amassing Roaches. This makes sense. Remember, we were talking about how far behind Nikich is economically, and he is behind. He bled out so many Lings, so to commit into a Roach push does make sense. As we have taken 3 gases, making a few extra workers here. Lings are moving out once again. Third base is being taken. We do shut down one of the adepts, and the oracles are racing back home. They get eyes on the Lings, but they don't get eyes on the Roaches. Shameless doesn't know how aggressive Nikich intends on being. We have Blink and +1 on the way. Third base is saved. But we need warpins. We need a ground arm. We need site defense, shield batteries, cannons, stalkers, anything and everything. As Nikich, he's amassing Ravagers as we speak. We have cutting workers at 39 drones. This Oracle should confirm the lack of saturation. But the Oracle is making its way into the main. There's nothing here, Papi. There's nothing. Shameless is in the dark. He doesn't see. Uh-oh. He even misses the main army. No shot. He misses everything. He doesn't get eyes on the third, on the lack of saturation at the third. He doesn't get eyes on the move outs. He's moving out towards the mineral lines, and he will get drone damage, but that doesn't matter because we're all in. We're all in regardless. Drones are falling, but the army has arrived. Oh, we pile down the pylon. The Lings, they flood on in, and Shameless, he's caught with his pants down. There's nothing here. There's nothing ready for this. The Stalkers get caught, the Adepts as well. The pants, they weren't even on. They were completely off, Bappy. As Lings, they just flood into the mineral lines. The Cybercore gets targeted. No more Stalkers, no more Adepts. Queen's water forward as well. And we're not done. We're not happy with just the natural. We want to go for the kill. We want to go for the main. Backup Cybercore on the way. Natural base will fall. Now, we can go one of two ways. We can either go into the main or just go for the third. And just contain Shameless on one base. We have options. The natural has fallen. Yeah, we're going for the third base. We're going for secure damage. Shameless even supply blocked. Queen's coming in to help support. Stalkers from behind. The Queens cannot transfuse. But they still hold their own, and they focus out one of the Oracles. They're going for another. Both Oracles go down. Now they can go for the Void Ray. The Vials connect, and there's no saving the third. GG gets called. Good luck. And Nikich will take the series 2-1, advancing on into the playoffs. GG. GG, well played. I was very impressed with Shameless's early game defense. He was ahead. He was ahead economically. He was taking his third base. Things were looking up for Shameless. But as we saw with those Oracles, he was being active. He did not see the army. He did not see the lack of saturation. He did not see the things that would tell him, that would raise alarms in his head to go back home and to defend, to fortify his natural, to give up on the third, and to throw down as many shield batteries as possible to start up Stalkers, Void Rays, anything he could. He had no idea. He had no idea, Papi. GG, well played. Nikich will take it, and we have our qualified players. Let's head on over to the brackets. !B in the chat if you want to check the bracket yourselves, as we do indulge ourselves in the bracket of the CommJumity League. From the top, we have in Group A, Geralt and Fiant. We have a Protoss and a Zerg player making it out of Group A. In Geralt and Fiant, Euthermal and Baby Marine, they did their best, but alas, they did get knocked out in the group stage. They have been eliminated from the tournament. Meanwhile, in Group B, we have Battle B and Nikich. We have Terran and Zerg representation. Shameless came close here against Nikich, but alas, was not able to take it in the end. Likewise, Rebellion also knocked out of the tournament as well. And condolences to our Protoss, Terran, and quote-unquote random player as they have been knocked out. Scrolling down, we have tomorrow's matches. You can see here in 12 hours time, we got you covered with Group D. We have Art, Honmono, GG Machine, and Spats. Likewise, we have Group C with Mixu, Night Phoenix, Nikich, and Rostock. Oh boy, some heavy hitters here in Group C and D. Both groups will be played tomorrow. Group D first, followed by Group C. And who do I favor? Predictions, true. That's a hard one. I feel like Group D is a group to death, to be honest. Like, Group D has a heavy lineup. Art, Honmono, GG Machine, Spats. This could go either way. Spats is a bit of a PvP sniper. Honmono is a TvP sniper. And GG Machine has been on the rise and is a very chaotic player as well. I think I want to favor Honmono just because his best matchup is TvP. He's an animal. He's an absolute animal against Protoss players. He's very cheesy. Very cheesy. GG Machine is more of an enigma to me. We have casted GG Machine and I have a lot of hopes for him as a player. He's very young. But I haven't seen much of his play recently, so I don't know where I place GG Machine against all these other players. So for now, tentatively I would say Honmono and Art. Tentatively, I would say these two players seem more in form at the moment. But Spats can pop off in PvP, GG Machine could pop off in general, so there's potential for upsets. For Group C, I do think that Nikich has been on fire as of late. I want to give the edge to Nikich and... I think Nikich will make it out. Second in Group C, I'm not so certain. I think Rostock is still leveling up and is still finding his footing. I do think that he is coming in as one of the weaker players here. I wish him the best of luck. I do wish him the best. But I do think that Night Phoenix currently has the title of best player in Ukraine. So I would give the Night Phoenix the edge over Rostock. Mixu has been improving as of late, and of course recently was at Home Story Cup as well. I think it's a toss-up a little bit. I think it's going to come down to either Mixu or Night Phoenix. Hard to call which one makes it out in second place, but I give Nikich the edge over all these guys. Like, he's been looking really good recently. Looking good, papi, looking good. But yeah, that's going to be Group C and D. It's going to be tomorrow, or really later on tonight. It's like almost 7 a.m. in the morning, so this will be at like 7 p.m. at night. Yeah, I mean, it says right here, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Heading on over to the playoffs, that'll be the day after. That'll be in 2 days' time, the playoff bracket. I mentioned before that we casted day 1, but Rotterdam is going to be covering day 2 and day 3, from my understanding. If something comes up, if ForJumy reaches out and he's like, yo, there's an emergency, I need a caster, we'll be like, yo, we'll answer the call. We'll answer the call. But I didn't know we were casting this until yesterday. ForJumy. A little bit of a late contact there, but we were told yesterday, like, yo, we need a caster. I'm like, happy. We cast all day. True. We'll be there. So if ForJumy, if he lights the beacon, we will answer the call. Always. Otherwise, we'll be casting other things. We'll be Sunday is gonna be WTL, Saturday is gonna be MSO, Sunday is gonna be Sparkling Tuna Cup as well. So plenty of other events going on, plenty of other casting. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. Again, shout out to ForJumy. Check out his stream. Check out El Jumito. Hold on. I got you. Bam. Here you go. We have a link in the chat. ForJumy, of course, the German Protoss player. He was casting in German, but he also streams in English. So it's not solely, German content over on ForJumy's channel, so do check him out. He's a great guy, and hey, he's sponsoring, he's funding this event, organizing the event. Without Jumi, the CommJumity would not be a thing. It would just become or community. So shout out to Jumi. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support. Hope you had a great time. Hope you had a great day of StarCraft. I know I did, and I'm gonna go get some food because I'm starving. And then I'm gonna go get some veg because I'm also very tired, and it's been a 9-hour cast. So thank you for watching, thank you for the support. All right, predictions. I have to pay out predictions. Yeah. I got you. Bam. Beautiful. So yeah, with that, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is streaming right now? Who can we send our love to? I believe ForJumy is ending his stream. ForJumy is ending his stream. Who can we raid? Usually we try to send our love to smaller streamers. I see Upper Tree Zelda is streaming. Who else? I'm just kidding. Nathanius is streaming. Juggernaut J. There's actually a lot of people streaming right now. Rushi? Oh, I haven't raided Rushi in a long time. There's Kalassi. We're going for Rushi. Rushi? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'll be honest. Haven't really interacted much with him, but he is an ex-caster. Rushi used to cast quite a lot, and yeah, it's really cool to see that he is streaming at the moment. So we'll send some love over to Monsieur Rushi. Send him some love. Otherwise, if you want some more tournament play, I believe Rotterdam is still covering the Big Brain Bouts, BBB. I believe it's still covering that. But yeah, send some love over to Rishi's way. Give him a chance, give him some support. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow, or we'll see you guys in 12 hours. Yeah, we'll see you guys in 12 hours for Master Sword Open. You may be curious, what the hell is Master Sword Open? That is our monthly tournament for Masters players. It is not region locked. It's not region locked. It is MMR locked. MMR locked to, I believe, 4.7k MMR. Exclamation mark MSO if you are interested in competing. If you happen to be a Masters player or below, then you can take part in the Masters Swan Open. So again, we try to foster some competitive spirit between some of the lower league players, so you can have some fun in a lower league tournament. So we got you covered in 12 hours time. Otherwise, you can follow us. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. And follow us exclamation mark socials in the chat. And likewise, we also stream over on YouTube as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. VODs are available on YouTube on a daily basis. Plenty of VODs are on the YouTubes. And take care, everyone. Get some food. Get some rest. We'll see you next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego. Patreon as well if you want to support us. Check out Patreon. See you next time.